All right, welcome back. You know the drill. We're taking all of your questions right now on Facebook.
Can I interrupt?
Of course you can.
Andrew mentioned tulips coming up, not in bloom yet. Get out there with your spray to keep the rabbits at bay. It's one of those things that is like candy as far as rabbits are concerned, and you spray them 4 days in a row to build the scent up to keep the bunny rabbits away.
All right.
Good advice.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we have a question from Dawn. We have dead grass circles around all of our trees. So does our neighbor. What causes this, and will the grass grow back?
Usually it comes right back. Quite often, some late season stress will go ahead and take out patches of grass. And quite often, as soon as it warms up, that grass comes back to life. I would suggest it's time to put down that step 1 now, so that you're growing grass and not crabgrass this summer. But a little bit of water. We haven't been getting all the rain that we're supposed to get, so maybe some water would help also.
From Robert, my peonies are just breaking through the ground. Do I need to fertilize them or do anything with them?
Oh, definitely fertilize. Where I was raised, it was actually a peony farm to begin with, and they'd go out every spring and they'd have well-rotted cow manure, and during the late winter, they'd just put a shovelful on the top of every crown. Peonies came up, they were fertilized all year. I know, cow manure is hard to come by anymore. Just try a good organic fertilizer according to the directions around the plants.
I'm trying to picture people with a bag in the field just trying to...
Yeah.
Dear cow.
Question from Lindsay. What's a great way for people living in an apartment to grow plants indoors?
Well, of course, assess the light that you're dealing with. You always choose plants according to the light that's available. And then we use pots with drainage holes. We use a well-draining potting soil. I always suggest maybe investing in a moisture meter to take the guesswork out of your watering. Everything in my house goes to the sink to get watered. When it's done dripping, it goes back to the window where it's growing. Believe me, I see many more plants killed with too much water than not enough. So, be careful with the watering.
Sally says, my blue hydrangea hasn't bloomed for a few years. It had green buds on the tips of old growth a month ago, and now they're brown. Why did they turn brown, and is there anything I can do to make it bloom?
Could be they got hit by a late frost. The important thing on those colored hydrangeas is to go ahead and do your pruning in late August to the 1st of September, and I mean prune. We're talking 6 inches above the ground. You take them way back, that keeps all your buds down at the ground level so that the snow protects them during the winter, and hopefully they won't come up too early and get nipped by a late frost.
Timothy wants to know, is 13-13-13 fertilizer okay to use on asparagus after harvesting?
Sure, that's fine. I always say any fertilizer is better than no fertilizer, and yes, you do fertilize after the harvest is done.
All right. We also have from, I believe it's Wallace here. When is the time to trim a burning bush?
Burning bush, I'd be getting it done now. I don't think they've quite leafed out yet locally. We're late enough now that you can just do a light shear across the top. If you ever need to take a burning bush down, more than just shaping it up in the spring, you want to do this pruning in late February, early March, and never take more than 1/3 of the entire height of the plant in any one year.
All right, and this is our last question. It's going to be from Nick today. Is now a good time to put in a new strawberry bed, and can I put it in a raised flower bed that I have? Should I put straw on it?
Well, it is time to go ahead and plant strawberries. They should be out any day now. A raised bed is excellent. You don't have to bend over as far to do the picking. And of course, you will straw them very heavily during the winter. Anytime the temperature gets close to 20 degrees, those strawberries better have a blanket on them.
All right, well, all
Blanket
great
of straw,
advice.
sorry.
Okay.